Information going around now is that CBSA are now doing spot check. They are now reading, going to workplaces to read. Who are they looking for? So they are looking for anyone that is not eligible to work in Canada or that are not complying to their work status in Canada. That is, if you're here as a student and you're working more than 20 hours, they're looking for you. If you're here in Canada and you are not eligible to work, like you don't have a valid work permit, or maybe your work permit has expired and you've not renew your work permit, they are looking for you. So you just have to be in status. They are in Alberta, they are in British Columbia and Nova Scotia. That is, and what happened in Alberta is that they went to some places, some construction sites in Edmonton and Calgary, and they are looking for people that are here in Canada without work permits. In construction, there will definitely be some people that are working illegally. What happened is that they went to some construction sites in Calgary and Edmonton, so last week, looking for people, arresting and giving removal letter, deportation letter, to illegal migrants that are working without status. And you can find many of them in the construction site, so here in Canada. So some people come in, on a visitor's visa, and they don't have a valid work permit. So instead of that, they are working under the table job, under table kind of a job. So they are looking for them. What happens is they wait till the closing hour when the bus that is, taking them, that is carrying them from their works, from their workplace to their different destinations, start moving, and they come in. At least you are in the bus already. There's nowhere to run. So, they stop the driver. They ask the driver, so where are you coming from the construction site? Who are these people? They are the staff and they are working with us. And they check and they started asking for your status. There's nowhere you can run. And these are the CBSA. They only need your name, your full name. If you give them your full name, they will check. They have their system there to check and to verify your information. My name is Taiwo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing this face, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. The CBSA, that is the Canada Border Service Agency, the information going around is that they are now going everywhere looking for illegal migrants. You know, you can find them in the construction side, in the trade industry. That is their target now. And also, they are now targeting the sales industry also, because that is where they can find a student. Like, majority of these sales, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, all those Walmart, retail store, they employ mostly students. So now their target is to look for students or, anybody that is here in Canada that is that doesn't have a status, or you are not complying to your status in Canada, like you're not working 20 hours, you're a student in Canada and you're working more than 20 hours. Now, that is their target. And I'm not surprised, because the immigration minister said they will be reducing the numbers of temporary immigrants in Canada up to 20%. How are they going to do that? Like, over the last 3-4 years, about 3 million temporary immigrants arrived in Canada, and about 1.5 million illegal immigrants arrived in Canada. Like, people that comes into the visitors and claim asylum seekers, 1.5 million. That is separate. And 3 million temporary residents arrived in Canada. Temporary residents, I mean the students, the people, spousal, people that come that came with their wife or husband, like people on spousal open work permit, and Ukrainians, like because of the war that happened in Ukraine, and they gave a lot of Ukrainians, about 1 million, maybe 1.2 million Ukrainians, open work permit. They have their own open work permit. The same with this Afghanistan, others war torn, those countries that are facing crisis right now. Most of them, Canada issued a lot of temporary visa the past 3 years. We are all aware now. That is why we are here. All those, oh, come and live in Canada, like, all those broadcast that is happening back home. Like if you are in Nigeria watching me, the same thing with Indians and everything and everybody. There's a mass publicity that, oh, Canada needs you, Canada needs us, come, 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 and a lot of people arrive there on temporary permits. Now, the information minister said they will be reducing temporary permits older up to 20%. That is why it is very hard, for students to renew their PGWP, their postgraduate work permit. Before, you can renew your postgraduate work permit, but right now they stop, renewal of postgraduate work permit. So after your 1 year or your 2 years or your 3 years, you take your bag and go. And most of these students on postgraduate work permits are now on expired visa. That is why a lot of people are now claiming asylum. August 2024, I think that was two months ago, Canada received the highest number of asylum seekers in this country. And these are not people that arrive on visitors visa and they claim asylum. All these are students, that their status has already expired and there is no way out for them, no PR coming by, and they have to live in this country. So the next option they are doing now is to claim asylum. So August, Canada, the country received the highest numbers of asylum seekers. Now the pressure now is on the immigration minister and the prime minister. So they had to send the CBSA out, to start conducting raid. It's unusual. See, CBSA has never, I think this will be the first time the CBSA are now doing raid. Canada CBSA doesn't do raid. US, they have the ICE, those are known for doing raid, going around and be looking for illegal immigrant. The same thing with UK also. They have their own border agency that goes around. At least, I don't know their name, but I always, watch their what's it called, their channel. So I think their crime channel whereby they show them going around. But Canada CBSA doesn't do raid, and I don't know, they are not known for going around and be looking for illegal migrants. Election is around the corner and they are trying to fix the loopholes and some things that they fucked up, and that is why all this raid is happening. Like I was so surprised when I heard that they are now conducting raid. Like CBSA now doing raid, which is unknown, like which is not, like this will be the first time they will be doing that. So now, for example, now some of the loopholes that is happening now is that there was this news that came out a few weeks ago about people on work on visitors visa. When if you are here in Canada on visitors visa, you are not eligible to work and you are not eligible to get a driver's license. But this news came out a few months ago that people on visitors visa are getting driver's license in Ontario. Not just a driver's license, but a truck driver's license. A truck in Alberta we call it class one, but I don't know what they call it in Ontario. But visitors visa are going to Ontario, get a truck driver's license, and start using it to get a job. So it is very easy. Like this is a loophole. So now you come in as a visitor's visa, you go to Ontario, you get your truck driver's license, and you use that to get a job. So now maybe not any other job, because before you can get a job, you need a work permit, you need an SIN, you need to show the company that you are eligible to work in Canada. But they call it under the table job. So whereby you and your employer, you are aware and they'll be paying you peanuts, but hey, you don't, because you are not eligible to work. So they'll pay you any amount that they feel like, and but because you have the driver's license to drive a truck. So what CBSA now, what they are doing right now is that they are going to the truck stop. So every truck stop, they will stay there. Any trucker that pass through, because if you call, you like every trucker has to stop in each and every truck stop. So if you're coming from British Columbia and you entered Edmonton, you have to stop in Edmonton, at their truck stop. So if you leave Edmonton and okay, you're going to Calgary, there's a truck stop that you have to stop there. So if you're moving from one location to another, you need to stop at each and every truck stop. So what that is where they are now staging their raid now, or they'll be there as soon as you come in. They'll ask for your status, and if you can show them, or maybe you are out of status, they only need your name or your driver's license or any document. So just your name. So now they will input it on their system, and if you can't prove that you are eligible to work in Canada, or on their system it shows that you are out of status or you are not eligible to work in the country, removal order, immediately they are giving a removal order. Or if you've already had a case before with them, maybe they gave you a removal order, and because a removal order, if they give a removal order, it means that they'll give you some time, like 30 days, pack your bags and all that. So pack your bag, pack your things, and you go. So within the next 30 days. But if you cannot, if you already had a case with them, for example, maybe they gave you a removal order before, then abscond, like you jackpot. So what they will now do now on your second arrest, so now they will give you a deportation order. Means arrest, detain, and deport. So they will arrest you, they will detain you for a while, while they are trying to process your flight and some other details. Then they will deport as soon as your flight and some other document that is needed for your deportation is ready. So with that, you are not even going back to say hi or bye bye to your family. If they give a deportation order, it means if they give a removal order is just okay. You have to leave Canada within maybe 2 weeks, maybe 1 month, maybe 60 days, depending on the date that is listed on your removal order. But deportation order is that you need to leave immediately, like immediately. And when they issue a deportation order, you have to leave immediately. And if you did not leave, they will arrest you, they will detain you, and you will be deported as soon as possible. So my advice is that if you are here and you're watching me and you don't have a status in this country, start watching your back. Start looking at your back. And also, if you're an international student watching me, please abide by the rules on your status. If they said don't work 20 hours, don't work 20 hours. I know it is very hard for international students to work 20 hours, like to sustain with 20 hours of work. 20 hours a week is nothing. Yeah, we all know, but that is it. Like before they said 40 hours, you can work 40 hours, but now they changed their rules. Now they said it is 20 hours. So it is their country, and you should understand that you spend a lot of money, to come into this country. And even right now, you're still spending a lot of money to be in the country, because if you fail to pay your school fee you're gone. And for what is happening right now, like it will be very, very hard for students that convert to an asylum to get status. With what is happening right now, any student that apply for an asylum is also automatically denied. And that is it, because it is already there. Like if you come in as a student, then why are you now applying for an asylum seekers to apply for an asylum? Like you're already here. And what is happening right now is there are some students that they were here. See, according to the rules, you can only apply for an asylum. You see, your asylum can be genuine, like can be weight, like okay, maybe what this guy is saying is real. If you are here, if you apply for the asylum within the first year, now some are in Canada first year, second year they didn't apply for asylum, fourth year they didn't apply for asylum. They were here for like 5 years. They did 3 years postgraduate work permit, but because they can't get the permanent resident, then they apply for the asylum. Then what are you going to tell? How are you going to prove it that okay, I've been here for the past 5 years, and you fail to apply for this same asylum, then why are you now coming right now? So it's automatically failed. That is what the immigration minister said. Like any student, because now it's now becoming a way out. As soon as you can get, then you apply for it, and it's just to buy the time. Like because when you apply for the asylum, it takes a while before the document your document get processed. Then pending that time, the government will give you a work permit, to still work, pending the time that they are reviewing your case. And that is what is just to buy the time. But one thing most of these people don't understand is that once you apply for an asylum in Canada, you cannot enter any other first world. It will be very, very hard for you to apply for any visa in any first world country, in US, in Canada, in Australia, in the UK, especially the G7 country. Because if you apply for any other visa in any other country around the world, any Western country around the world, they will see that you already applied for asylum, because these people share intels, they share, their networks and all that. So now, if they see that you already applied for an asylum in one country, they will deny your visa. And even when applying for a visa, it's always there that you should state if you've applied for an asylum in one country, or maybe you've been denied visa in any country before. You like, if you've been denied, you have to state it in your application that okay, I've been denied. The same thing with asylum. If they find out that if you state it on your application that you've applied for an asylum in Canada, and you got refused, and now you want to apply for a visiting visa in, let's say, UK or in Australia, you'll be denied. And if you refuse to state it in your application that you got denied for as an asylum seeker, you were deported from Canada before, you apply for the visa without stating in your application that you have been denied from Canada before, then you receive another ban, 5 years ban, 10-year ban, some maybe life ban, depending on the country, because you fail to disclose that you have been denied from one country, or you have been banned or deported from one country before. So the best thing is just to, stay on the right path. Let's try to be legit in every way and follow the step. If your status is expiring anytime soon, try as much as possible to get it renewed ASAP. So, and I'll see you on the next one. My name is Taiwo. If you have any comment, or you have anything to, inform me, or maybe to add, or, you have anything to give out, just drop it in the comment below, and definitely I will reply to your comments. So I'll see you on the next one. So take care. Bye-bye.